You literally become what you believe you are. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to deal with imposter syndrome and practice courage in the place of fear. The reason why this video isn't titled How to Overcome Imposter Syndrome is because I truly believe imposter syndrome is something that you have to acknowledge and push past in order to unlock your true self. By the end of this video, you're going to have 5 tips that are going to help you push past imposter syndrome and practice courage in the place of fear. Without further ado, let's jump right in. Alright, so the first step is to recognize all of the hard work you put into getting to where you are. So much of imposter syndrome is overcoming the thoughts that you don't deserve to be where you are, that you didn't earn it. But I just want to ask you a couple questions. Did you pass the boards? Did you pass that test? Did you graduate? Did you go through an interview process where you had to be chosen for your role? Did somebody see potential in you and they wanted you on board? If the answer to any of those questions is yes, then you earned it. So when you find yourself doubting, practice courage by telling yourself that you did earn it. Spend some time thinking about everything you've gone through to get you to where you want to be today, and let that be what drives you to getting to where you want to go tomorrow. Ooh, I don't even know where that came from. That was good. I like that. Number 2, when you're preoccupied with how bad you are at something, I know this is really hard, but think about the endless possibility for growth. The only thing that actually gets in your way when you're bad at something is believing that you'll never get better or not embracing the journey of growing. I love to think about babies walking. Usually they get up, they take a couple steps, and then they stumble and fall down. And what does that baby do? They get right back up. Whenever you're new in something, we are just like babies. You definitely can't go to a baby and tell them that they're an imposter human because they're just figuring things out, and we are the same way. So when you fall down, do not kick yourself. Practice courage by admitting that you are a child at whatever it is you're doing, and get right back up with that same eagerness that babies carry with whatever that they do. And I promise you, you will see how much you grow just because you didn't let yourself kick yourself down. Instead, you said, you know what? I'm new to this. I'm a little baby. I'm gonna be a baby for a minute and I will get better over time. And every time you fall down, just reflect on all that you've learned and carry that with you onto your next challenge. Number 3, after you've gotten back down from being kicked a couple times and you continue to realize how little you really know, don't be hard on yourself, but instead just think about how much you're going to be able to learn. One of my favorite quotes, I don't know who wrote this, I'm sorry I can't give you the name. It says, a wise man never knows it all, but a fool thinks that he knows everything. This is so true. Don't ever feel like you're supposed to know it all. Even if you've been in a position for over 10 years and you should know a lot and be confident about what you know, keep yourself open and willing to learn. Unless you want to think you know everything and you honestly want to become stagnant in whatever it is you're doing, the truth is we are all human beings. Our capacity is limited when it comes to understanding the grand universe, but there's wisdom in acknowledging that. There's nothing wrong with saying that I don't know. Be courageous by, instead of beating yourself down for not knowing something, take on the challenge and learn. I'm so grateful for my cell phone. Google it. For books, for people around you can ask questions to, because there's so much knowledge out there that what you don't know won't be a limit to you. It's just an opportunity for you to build yourself up to be better in whatever position or role that you're in. So be aware of that desire to want to know everything and instead just refute it with an open mind, and instead of wanting to know everything, be ready to want to learn everything. And then you'll see how the roof of knowing is endless. Number 4, practice healthy comparison. What do I mean by healthy comparison? There's a comparison that beats you down and that is rooted in beliefs that you are less than. But on the flip side, there's another type of comparison that takes an awareness of your attitudes, your behavior, and it's comparing it to somebody else's and acknowledging that you desire to be more like the person that you're comparing yourself to. Or maybe not be more like them, but you want more of the attributes that they have. And it's all to better yourself. Remember remember that when you're comparing yourself to somebody else, they are not above you at all. They are actually just like you, and chances are if you are new at something, they were in your position when they first started. You have to acknowledge that we are all imperfect human beings. So in the face of unhealthy comparison rooted in I'm not this enough, practice courage by acknowledging what you admire about somebody and be willing to learn from them. Start to imitate their behaviors, or if it's the environment where you can, reach out to them. Ask them questions about how they got to where they are, how they perfected their craft in a way that you really would like to be the same way. And even if you can't reach out, just by imitating them, they become like a silent mentor to you. And there's so much power in learning from the people around you instead of beating yourself up for not being like so-and-so. I really struggled with comparison when I first started nursing, but once I started to shift the way that I worded things, for example, instead of saying that, man, I'm not as quick as her, I would tell myself, wow, I love how efficient she is. I would love to learn how she goes about passing all her meds on time. And that alone, instead of searching for things that reinstilled my belief that I wasn't good enough, I started to look for the solution to the problem, which was that I didn't know all that she knew because I was new. And by actually paying attention to what she was doing, whoever this person was, I realized that I got so much better. So our very last tip is so important. It is fake it till you make it. This was a huge one for me. I started listening to this book called The Neuroscience of Self-Discipline, and something that a lot of scientists and people understand is that your body really cannot tell the difference between a fake and a real situation. So when you're feeling like an imposter and your brain is telling you all these things that aren't true, you're not good enough, you didn't earn it, you're not fast enough, you'll never learn, you'll never be better, this is too much for you, your body perceives this as truth. Since you think that's true, you actually start acting in a way that makes what you believe the real reality. You have to overcome this by practicing courage. Be aware of those limiting beliefs and refute them with the real truth. Tell yourself, I'm new to this. I'm learning so much. I deserve this. I worked so hard to get here. This is a great opportunity for growth. Tell yourself that you are confident, that you are smart, that you are qualified, whatever it is, and you will see how your behavior will literally start to change. And over time, your confidence will build because your brain believes one thing, right? It believes all these positive things that actually are the case. And you'll start acting in a way that solidifies those beliefs. And then once you prove yourself to be right about the fact that you are confident and that you are good and that you are qualified, it will just be a snowball effect that builds on positively to yourself. This is so good. This is so good. So good. So yes, practice courage by faking it until you make it, and you will see how over time you literally become what you believe you are. So in summary, imposter syndrome is a super normal thing to face when challenged with anything that's new, but practice courage in the place of fear. Imposter syndrome, it's based on fear. It's based on self-doubt, unhealthy comparison, unwillingness to learn, being too hard on yourself, and not recognizing who you are. So if you just begin to change your beliefs behind all of those things, you will do great at whatever it is that you do. And another really cool thing is when you do these things, other people can see it and it inspires the people around you. So thank you guys so much for watching this. I really hope that this video was impactful to you. And if it helped you, please leave a comment down below, like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate the support. But I will see you guys next time. That was really good.